Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity. Okay, we have to shift the way we support. My role, I have a role as Colonel of the Blues and Rolls in the Household Cavalry Regiment as Goldstick. And Goldstick was the original close protection officer. So that is a role that I was asked if I'd like to do for this coronation.
Princess Anne, the royal family's straight shooter with zero time for fluff, just dropped a royal bombshell in a rare sit-down interview that's got everyone at Buckingham Palace scrambling. With her classic dry wit and brutally honest delivery, she didn't hold back. And what she revealed? Shocking. She spoke openly about what's coming next. The rise of Prince William and Princess Catherine to the throne. But the real jaw-dropper? Anne straight up said King Charles is already stepping back, quietly clearing the stage for the next royal power duo to take over. That's right, the shift isn't just coming, it's already happening. So why now? And what's really going on behind those palace gates? Here's what you need to know. At 76, King Charles isn't exactly new to whispers of retirement. But ever since his cancer diagnosis in 2024, he's been walking a tightrope, balancing royal duties with private treatments. He's been leaning harder than ever on his inner circle, Anne, William, and Catherine. But Anne's latest comments, imagine it like a real heart-to-heart with a trusted journalist, paint a deeper picture. This isn't just a tired king pulling back. It's a calculated transition, a master plan in motion. Anne's calm tone couldn't hide the truth. He ain't clinging to that crown, he's crafting it for William and Catherine. Princess Anne made it crystal clear. This isn't some dramatic abdication. Nope, it's a calculated, modern move that shows just how in sync the royal family really is right now. It's not just smart, it's emotional. Like watching a father proudly pass the torch to his son and daughter-in-law. When most people think coronation, they imagine royal pageantry, gold-trimmed carriages, ancient oaths, and Westminster Abbey glowing in tradition. But Anne just flipped that image on its head. According to her, William and Catherine's moment isn't in the far-off future. It's already brewing inside those palace walls. They're not just waiting for a crown to drop on their heads, she'd joke, eyes sparkling with that signature Anne sarcasm. William's been right next to Charles for years, learning the game step by step. And Catherine? She's been mastering her own path, becoming a full-force royal in her own right. Anne subtly laid it out. This is a slow takeover, but trust, it's real. Charles has been slowly backing away so William can step up. And the proof? It's everywhere. From leading the D-Day commemorations in France to repping the UK on the world stage, William is already doing king work. And Catherine? She's back from cancer treatment and glowing, commanding attention at Trooping the Color and showing heart by visiting communities rocked by tragedy like the Southport knife attack. This ain't just routine duty. These are trial runs for the throne. William's quiet strength mirrors Charles in his Prince of Wales era, while Catherine's grace feels like a callback to Queen Elizabeth's unshakable poise. They're a team, Anne could say, and that's exactly why this whole shift is working. For royal watchers, it's electric to imagine what's going on behind the scenes. Late-night planning sessions, hush-hush meetings, the weight of royal jewels being sized, and maybe even some stolen glances between William and Catherine as the reality sinks in. This is happening. King Charles stepping back? It's not weakness, it's straight-up wisdom. In this imagined tell-all, Anne doesn't paint the picture of a man fading away. No. Charles spent decades getting ready for this throne, only to realize his biggest flex might be knowing the exact moment to hand it over. She'd say it with calm authority. He's not disappearing. He's still the king, but now he's giving William and Catherine the space to step into greatness. This isn't just family vibes. This is strategy. Anne hints that Charles understands the one thing most leaders ignore: evolve or get left behind. Since 2022, he's been through the ringer. Health scares, a trimmed-down royal lineup, constant questions about whether the monarchy even matters anymore. But Charles didn't fold. He started making moves, from confronting the monarchy's painful ties to slavery to launching eco-friendly towns like Poundbury. He's been rewriting the royal playbook, and now he's stepping back on purpose so the crown doesn't collect dust. Anne might even let us in on a rare moment. I saw him look at William during a council meeting and he smiled, like he was saying, "You're ready, He wouldn't say it out loud, but trust me, it was there. That silent nod? That's Charles showing power without needing to shout. Hen, William, and Catherine are the future waiting on the other side. And they're not just sitting pretty, they're about to change everything. In Anne's imagined interview, she doesn't hold back. She points straight to their strengths. William's got that same iron dedication as his father, but with a twist. He's not scared to rewrite the rules, she might say, voice full of pride. And Catherine, she's got that rare magic, the kind that makes a child in a hospital room or a world leader at a summit both feel like they matter. Their coronation, whenever it drops, won't just be another royal show. It'll be a statement, a message loud and clear. The monarchy isn't stuck in the past. It's stepping into today's world. Their track records already prove it. William's Earthshot Prize? That's not just a royal side project. It's a bold global mission to fight climate change. And it's earned praise from major voices, including Sir David Attenborough himself. And Catherine's Shaping Us campaign? That's not for headlines. She's been grinding for years, digging into early childhood research, showing up in quiet corners, visiting community centers with no cameras around. That's real. Together, they've ditched the stiff banquets and leaned into real people. William sharing laughs with firefighters, Catherine squatting down to talk with shy kids. And then there's the moment Mike Chuckle remembered. William once told me he'd rather be out with the people than stuck in a boring meeting. That right there, that's his secret weapon. He's natural, relatable, and actually enjoys connecting face to face. But it's not just what the public sees that makes William and Catherine different. Behind the scenes, they're a real power duo. Royals close to the family whisper about those late-night sessions inside Kensington Palace. Just the two of them, huddled over schedules, mapping out how to reshape the monarchy for a modern world. Their chemistry shows up in the smallest ways. A quick glance when things get tense, a gentle touch on the back during the 2024 Commonwealth Day service. Those little moves say it all. This is a team that runs on trust and respect. And Anne, always sharp-eyed, might quietly say, they don't just complete each other, they push each other to level up. And honestly, that kind of partnership in the royal world is rare. Their parenting style is just as intentional. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis aren't growing up in a royal bubble. William and Catherine are making sure they stay grounded. From school drop-offs to beach days in Norfolk, they're giving their kids a real taste of normal life. But behind the fun is purpose. William's slowly passing on lessons to George. Not just about duty, but how to lead with heart. And Charlotte and Louis? They're already learning how to handle the spotlight with grace. Every Trooping the Color appearance proves it. These kids aren't just being raised to serve. They're being raised to know who they are. This is the future of the monarchy. And William and Catherine are making sure it doesn't just look good, it feels real. Their vision, loud and clear. A monarchy that listens, connects, and actually evolves. They've already embraced the digital world, posting candid moments on Instagram, answering fan letters, even hopping on video calls during the pandemic. So don't be shocked if their coronation ends up live-streamed to the world, with street festivals and modern touches mixed in with royal tradition. You just know Anne would give a proud little nod. They're keeping the crown alive, not locked in the past. They honor the old ways, but they're not trapped by them. And that's the difference. For royal fans, this isn't just another reign, it's a reset, a monarchy that's still majestic but way more human. And let's be real, a coronation, that's not a one-man show. It's a full orchestra and everyone's playing their part. In our imagined sit-down, Princess Anne gives us that rare peek behind the curtain. Her voice steady, maybe even a little sentimental. It's not just about William and Catherine, she might say, leaning in like she's sharing a royal secret. It's all of us. Edward, Sophie, me, even the younger ones like Beatrice and Eugenie. We're all working together to make this handover smooth. That united front, that's the monarchy's real strength. Built on years of loyalty, shared weight, and grit. And let's not forget, Anne's still the one setting the pace. At 74, she's everywhere. Opening hospitals, supporting veterans, showing up for her beloved horses. When Charles and Catherine were hit with major health scares in 2024, Princess Anne didn't flinch. She stepped in instantly, handling state duties, holding it down behind the scenes, and keeping the royal machine running smooth. One insider put it simply, she's the anchor. But knowing Anne, she'd just shrug and flash that dry royal smirk, because her impact goes way beyond just filling calendars. She's a mentor, a guide. And William leans on her wisdom more than people realize. Imagine the two of them at Gatcombe Park, tea in hand. Anne calmly telling him, keep your head down, do the work. The noise fades eventually. That's her style. Real advice from someone who's lived it. And she's not alone in holding it down. Prince Edward and Sophie, once the quiet pair in the background, are now stepping into full-on leadership, taking on huge roles like the Duke of Edinburgh's award, repping the crown on global trips. Sophie especially has clicked with Catherine, bonding over their shared focus on reaching the youth. They're often swapping tips on how to actually connect, not just show up. And there's laughter too. Anne might chuckle remembering a family briefing where Sophie teased William. He's finally learning how to smile in speeches. But yeah, we still poke him about that serious face. That's the vibe. A royal family that isn't stiff, but real, united, rooting for each other with heart and humor. Even the younger royals are stepping up. Princess Beatrice, fresh off welcoming her second daughter in January 2025, juggles motherhood and charity work, like her role with the Forget-Me-Not Children's Hospice. And Eugenie? She's out here championing environmental change, standing right beside William's Earthshot mission. Anne might recall a simple, powerful moment. Eugenie organizing a family video call, just to brainstorm ideas on how to support Catherine's early childhood work. A small gesture, sure, but one that speaks volumes. Even the cousins are in it. As Anne could put it, they're not just names on a family tree. They're part of the engine, each playing their role. And this family effort doesn't stop at public duties. It runs deep emotionally, too. They all know a coronation isn't just about gold crowns and national anthems. It's heavy. It's personal. Anne, who stood beside her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, during the early years of her reign, understands that pressure more than anyone. She might describe those late-night chats with Catherine. Just two women, no cameras, no titles. Anne telling her, you don't have to be perfect, just present. That quiet kind of support, that's what holds the whole thing together. For royal fans, it's a rare look behind the curtain, where it's less about glitter and more about grit and unity. This isn't just another royal ceremony. It's a family milestone, a shared triumph. So what does King Charles stepping back and William and Catherine stepping forward really mean? In this imagined moment, Anne breaks it down with that signature calm and clarity. It's a shift, yes, a big one, but it's natural. The crown isn't built on noise, it's built on steady hands, a reflection that echoes her real words from her 2023 CBC interview, where she said loud and clear, it's always been about continuity, not spectacle. But continuity doesn't mean standing still, and William and Catherine are living proof of that. Their coronation, whenever it hits, won't just crown a new king and queen. It'll kick off a whole new era, one that's leaner, sharper, and locked in with the real issues people care about today. This is royalty that shows up. Take William's Earthshot Prize. It's not just a side hustle or PR play. It's a global blueprint for action against climate change. And it's already reshaping how the monarchy connects with the world. This is a prince who's not just watching from the sidelines. He's leading from the front. And Catherine? Her Shaping Us campaign on early childhood development isn't some surface-level project. It dives deep into the roots of generational struggle, aiming to break cycles before they even start. That's real work with real stakes. These two aren't about ribbon cuttings and fancy photo ops. They're making bold, long-term moves, targeting mental health, inequality, and the climate crisis head-on. And Anne, who's seen decades of royal service up close, might nod with quiet approval. They're not here just to wave from balconies. They're here to change lives. And people are noticing. But this isn't just about Britain. As king and queen, William and Catherine have the chance to reignite the Commonwealth, a 56-nation network that's been losing interest, especially among younger folks. But this new generation of royals, with their Instagram presence, Zoom calls, and digital outreach, they're bridging that gap. Some folks still see the monarchy as a dusty relic, stuck in the past. But picture this: William standing tall at a Commonwealth summit, speaking with that calm fire in his voice, slowly winning over doubters. Or Catherine on a Zoom call with students in Nairobi, her warmth crossing continents, making real connections without ever stepping off palace grounds. Still, let's not sugarcoat it. Big challenges are coming. Republican movements are growing louder in places like Australia and Canada. And back home, anti-monarchy voices are gaining traction, especially with younger Brits demanding answers. Why does the crown still matter? Anne, always the realist, might just give a knowing smirk and say, there'll always be critics. But even she can't deny, William and Catherine know how to win people over. All you have to do is watch them work a crowd. They get it. Public opinion? That's a battlefield. YouGov's 2024 polls show mixed feelings, especially from Gen Z and millennials questioning the monarchy's relevance and cost. But William and Catherine, they're fighting back with something stronger than tradition: honesty. They speak openly about parenting struggles, mental health, the pressure of their roles. And that realness, it hits different. They don't wear perfection, and that's why people trust them. Their coronation could take that authenticity global. Imagine ancient rituals streamed live, mixed with sustainable choices like eco-conscious regalia. It won't just be about tradition. It'll be a rebrand, a message to the world that this monarchy is evolving and ready to serve as a modern symbol of soft power. William's diplomatic trips, like his powerful 2024 appearance in France for the D-Day commemorations, showed the world exactly who he is: a prince who earns respect without needing to demand it. And Catherine, her quiet strength during her public battle with cancer touched hearts across the globe. That's not just grace, that's resilience. Together, they're not just surviving the spotlight, they're owning it. And they're turning the monarchy into something bigger than tradition, a symbol of unity in a world that desperately needs it. Still, Anne, ever the pragmatist, would keep it real. It's not about being popular, it's about staying relevant. And she's right. That's why this new royal chapter feels so different. For fans of the monarchy, the idea of William and Catherine taking the throne isn't just exciting, it's hopeful. So what will their coronation bring? A new kind of royalty? A global moment of connection? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. Because in the end, Anne's imagined interview isn't about crowns or carriages. It's about legacy, about knowing when to lead and when to pass the torch. Charles stepping back, William and Catherine rising, the entire royal family showing up together. It reflects what so many of us go through, stepping into new roles, honoring the past while embracing what's next. And Anne, her voice finally softening, might say something rare. It's not easy. But when I see the two of them, I know we're in good hands. Think about it. We've all seen this before. A parent handing down the family business. A teacher slowly preparing their star student to take the lead. A friend stepping up when things get real. There's pride, but there's also that quiet ache that comes with letting go. That's exactly what Charles is feeling right now. And Anne, she puts it into words like only she can. Picture this, a quiet moment at Sandringham. Charles stands back, watching William confidently brief a room full of advisors. No words, just a small nod of approval. Or Catherine, calmly fixing George's tie before a big event, her smile steady, even as she carries the weight of knowing her kids are walking the same path she's still navigating. These aren't just royal snapshots, they're universal. Moments like that make you reflect on your own life, your own family, your own handovers. And Anne, with decades in the game, gets it better than anyone. She's seen it all. The highs, the heartbreaks, the crown surviving through every twist. Her support for William and Catherine? It's not just protocol, it's personal. They're not just my nephew and his wife, she might say, her eyes softening into a rare smile. They're the future, and they're ready. That's why this story hits so deep. Because even in a world of crowns, castles, and cameras, it always comes back to something simple. Family. Messy, hopeful, real. For royal fans, this doesn't just feel like a new chapter. It feels like watching a legacy unfold. Remember when William and Catherine tied the knot back in 2011? Their nervous smiles lit up Westminster Abbey. The balcony kiss at Buckingham Palace? Pure magic. It wasn't just a fairy tale. It felt like the start of a new era, a generation ready to carry the crown with grace and grit. And now, that promise is finally becoming reality. Their upcoming coronation isn't about thrones and trumpets, it's about growth. Two people rising to the challenge, backed by love, loyalty, and the strength of a family that knows what's at stake. That's why we're all locked in. Whether you followed the royals for years or you're just watching from the sidelines, this story, it pulls you in. Maybe your favorite moment was seeing Charles step back with quiet pride, or watching Catherine guide her family through massive change with calm, steady hands. Or maybe it's just knowing that William's been preparing for this his whole life, and now he's finally stepping into his own. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to know what part of this royal journey speaks to you. If you made it this far, sound off in the comments. What's been your favorite William and Catherine moment so far? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.